Hello, everybody. This is Dr. MS Rathore, and I am a professor in pharmaceutical sciences and a NAAC accreditation coach. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the whole outline of the NAAC assessment and accreditation process in 5 to 10 minutes. So I request you to be with me till end so that you can get some important insights about the whole process of NAAC assessment and accreditation. So let's understand first what is NAAC. National Assessment and Accreditation Council is an autonomous body of the University Grant Commission. And over the period of time, in the past 20-25 years, NAAC has evolved with a completely ICT-enabled system, and which is very efficient. So NAAC is having basically focus on the three things. The first one is the quality initiatives. The second one is the quality sustenance. And the third one is the quality enhancement. So for the higher education institutes who are offering the education in the different streams are required to get the NAAC accreditation mandatorily as per the quality mandate issued by the NAAC in 2013. So let's understand what is this process. So NAAC is having the major 6 processes, and after which the NAAC assessment and accreditation outcome would be declared by the NAAC. The first step is the higher education institutions registration on the NAAC accreditation portal. So what to do in that? The institution has to fill some basic preliminary information on the NAAC website, and once this information would be validated, then the institution will be getting the accreditation credentials, login credentials. So these login credentials would be the login ID and password. So one thing that has to be taken care of here, that once we have filled the information here, that is email ID and phone number particularly, this email ID and phone number need to be filled very carefully, because once these are filled and registered, then these cannot be changed later. So many times it happens that institutions gives the personal email IDs of the faculty members, and the faculty member have left the institution. So this would be problematic. So please take care of this. In the second step, that is the institutional information for the quality assessment. In this, NAAC is asking in a specified format the particular type of information, like the number of students, the number of students who are in the different categories, the number of students, number of faculty members, their cadre ratio, along with that some additional information on the various programs that are being offered by the institutions. So these information need to be carefully filled, because this IIQA would be validated and checked by the NAAC, and once this would be approved, and only after that you would be able to submit the self-study report, which is the main part of that. So in the second step of IIQA, we have to be very careful that we should fill this IIQA once we are having the self-study report with us ready, because after the acceptance of the IIQA by NAAC, the institution will be getting only 45 days to submit the self-study report. So this thing need to be taken care of, because majority of time the institutions who are not having information or the process awareness, they do this mistake. So have the specified margin of the time that by the time you can complete the SSR. Now the third step comes is the self-study report submission. This self-study report, what is this? This is basically main part of the NAAC accreditation and assessment process. So this self-study report is comprised of the 2 types of matrices, or you can say questions, which are asked by the NAAC. So first one is the QLM, that is qualitative descriptive type of questions or matrices. So QLM matrices, in this we have to fill the information about the question which is being asked, and in that we have to describe in 500 words, or the limit has been prescribed there on the NAAC portal. So efficiently writing is required in that, so that we can depict the complete process in specified words. Now the second part comes is the QNM, that is quantitative type of matrix. This quantitative type of matrix basically is the objective data which are being captured by NAAC in the particular Excel formats. So these Excel formats are available on the NAAC website, and the institution can get from there. So in this QNM, once it is filled, then when the SSR would be submitted, then the next step comes is the DVV process, that is the data validation and verification process. Now what is this? So NAAC is not analyzing or looking into the data which is being submitted by the higher education institute itself. Rather, the NAAC has hired some outsourcing agencies which will do this thing on this part. This process has been taken to enhance the transparency. So the DV, what DV will do, that DVV will be looking into the QNM aspect only, that is quantitative type of matrices. So usually the ratio is 70%. The 70% of the question which are being asked in the SSR are to be, and the supporting documents along with the information which is submitted by the NAAC, higher education institution to the NAAC, that would be assessed by DVV. And if DVV find any deviation or any clarification, they will ask to the higher education institute that this is the part that we need some more clarification or some more supply of the data. And once this step is cleared, then the next step comes is the student satisfaction survey. The student satisfaction survey is the process in which the NAAC will be delivering the email ID which have been supplied by the institution to the NAAC directly to the students. In this email ID, there would be a questionnaire of the 21 or 22 questions. And in that, these questions are objective type of questions, and one question is the descriptive type of question. So based on this information which has been submitted by the students of the institute, the NAAC would be capturing this, and in the criteria 2, the matrix number 2.7, this student satisfaction survey data would be captured and their assessment would be done. Once this process is done, then the next part comes is your peer team visit. Now the NAAC would be asking to the institutions that you please prescribe us the 2 dates, 2 or 3 days slot. And out of that, whichever has been approved mutually, then the NAAC would be sending the peer team. This peer team is basically comprising of the 1 chairman and 2 members or more members, depending upon the size of the institutions or programs which are being offered. So once this peer team would be visiting to the institute, they will be assessing the 30% of the qualitative metrics. And this 30% would be assessed by the peer team in the prescribed format, and then that would be supplied to the NAAC. Now, this peer team visit is very important thing, and the things that we have to look into, that because we have to focus on the qualitative data only in this aspect, because 70% has already been assessed. Now the next step is once the DVV report is over, now once the peer team visit report has been submitted, then the NAAC would be assessing that, and normally within 3 days, the NAAC declares the outcome of the assessment and accreditation. So this assessment and outcome accreditation would be in the form of gradings, and this grading would be A++ or A+, or A, or B, B++, B+, B, C, and D. D means that the institution is not accredited. That means the institution is not fulfilling the minimum qualification criteria on the benchmarks of the NAAC prescribed, that is the key indicators and the criteria. So this is an overall process of the NAAC accreditation. So friends, if you want to know more about the NAAC accreditation and assessment process, I invite you to join my Facebook group, that is the NAAC Accreditation Club. And in this NAAC Accreditation Club Facebook group, we discuss about the different processes of the NAAC accreditation, and then in-depth knowledge that we are providing here. So do join this NAAC Accreditation Club on the Facebook group. The link has been given in the description of this video. So thank you very much. By the time, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you very much.